I'm Andrew Siciliano with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Week 5 wrapped up in Vegas with the Raiders beating the Packers 17-13 on Monday Night Football. Both teams now 2-3 on the season. Jimmy Garoppolo throws for 208 and a touchdown. Jacoby Myers 7 for 75. He caught that touchdown. Devontae Adams 4 for 45, and Josh Jacobs rushed for 69 and a touchdown. For Green Bay, Jordan Love throws 3 interceptions, including one on the final drive to Amik Robertson with under a minute to go to seal the game and win it for the Raiders. Aaron Jones, Packers running back, did not play, inactive with a hamstring injury. Elsewhere around the league, Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson also dealing with a hammy. He'll seek multiple opinions, according to head coach Kevin O'Connell, who adds he was unsure if the wide receiver would be able to go Sunday in Chicago. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need invitations and posters printed, and they have to be perfect.
I need beautifully bound booklets and presentations for my business.
Your invitations and booklets will be in captivating color and will be done right every time. That's Staples Print Big Promise. And right now at Staples, get $50 off your print purchase of $150 or more. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 10/14. Exclusions apply. See associate or visit staples.com/print for details.
It's time for the fall haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the fall haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings on brands like Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Rand. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230, KXOL, Central California. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning.
It's a Tuesday, made it through a Monday.
We did.
And it was a semi-holiday Monday, right?
Yeah, so explain, it's a semi-holiday. That's a new one.
Well, it was holiday for some. Some schools were off. I understand some schools actually in session yesterday.
Well, what a concept.
Yeah.
What a concept.
I don't know. I guess, since we don't get snow holidays, you got to take a day off when you can, right?
Yeah, well, we get mud holidays once in a while.
I don't think so much anymore.
No, we used to get them quite regularly.
Yeah. Well, you lived in the country. You understood that.
Yeah. Yeah, mud was mud, any way you looked at it.
Now, did your father drive the school bus, too?
No, no, he didn't drive the school bus.
Okay.
He was busy doing other things, but we had plenty of occasions.
Okay. Well, a good friend of mine at one point during his teaching career was principal and superintendent of the Vernon, Arizona School District. So they had a 2-room schoolhouse.
Oh, cool.
It was K through 8, and Ron at times was driving the school bus as well as teaching and administering. So,
yeah, that makes for interesting. Makes your teaching skills razor sharp.
I suppose it. And if anybody could handle it, Ron could. He is good at that.
Yeah, you like that.
Yeah, okay. We've got birthdays and such. Are you ready?
Ready.
Actor Peter Coyote is 82. Actor Charles Dance, 77. Ben Vereen, 77. Singer Cyril Neville of the Neville Brothers, 75. Actor Jessica Harper is 74. Singer David Lee Roth of Van Halen, 69. Tanya Tucker, 65. Actor Julia Sweeney, 64. Actor Bradley Whitford, 64. Actor Manu Bennett, 54. Actor Joel Carter, 54. Actor Wendy McClendon Covey is 54. Mario Lopez, Saved by the Bell, is 50. Actor Jody Lynn O'Keefe, 45. Actor Dan Stevens, 41. Actor Rose McIver, 35. Actor Amy Teagarden is 34. Okay, you ready for local birthdays?
I'm ready.
They're coming up. Get get even more ready.
Okay.
3rd and 7 coming up for the Raiders. Throws, and he's got his tight end barrel. It's nothing but green grass in front of him. 10.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on FM 107.5.
Took a lick and spun out of it. It's a 27-yard pickup.
Don't miss any of the action as the Raiders contend for the AFC West title. Raiders football on FM 107.5 is brought to you by
Southwest Security Services, South Central RV Service Center, Brownie's Diner, and the Town Pump.
Let's celebrate today's birthdays. Happy birthday, Sandra Fierro, Albert Aguilar, Georgie Rocha, Margarita de la Cruz, George Diaz, Celia de la Cruz, Sherry Lewis, Panchita Alvarado, Carmel Edwards, Amelia Juarez, Obet Mina, Frank Castellum, Michelle Standiford, Dorina Armenta, Dina Lozano, Eleanor Zuniga, Ariana Revello, Lydia Diaz, Marcos Liera, Maricela Diaz, Ruben Dominguez, Isabella Neri, and Andrea Nina Miranda. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie. And are you celebrating Oktoberfest?
No, they had to cancel it because of up there in El Cajon, it rained.
Oh, that's right. You were heading there.
Yeah.
Around the Imperial Valley, of course, we celebrate Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day, September 16th, and Dia de las Muertas for Halloween. But not so big on Oktoberfest. I can't figure that one out.
Yeah, I can't either. But if I do, I'll let you know what I come up with.
I have hankerings for a bratwurst taco mitten sauerkraut.
Bratwurst taco. You might want to try that. Might start something.
Yeah.
Heartburn would be number one, but.
Well, yeah. But just picture that a bratwurst taco with sauerkraut. Yeah, and I think I could go for that.
Well, I wonder. I'll bet somebody somewhere that we don't know about has already created that.
Somebody's tried it.
I'm sure.
Yes. Okay, we've got news, and no sauerkraut in the news, but we're going to jump in with a look at World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by your friends in the business, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, they are your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. The White House says President Biden will speak to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today to discuss U.S. support for Israel in the now 4-day-old war with Hamas. The death toll on both sides is nearing 1,800. At least 11 Americans are among the dead. The National Security Council's John Kirby tells CBS.
We have to accept the grim possibility that some of those Americans who are unaccounted for could be of those that are being held hostage by Hamas.
The war is putting more pressure on House Republicans to pick a new speaker to replace Kevin McCarthy, the man who orchestrated his removal as leader, Matt Gaetz.
I think we have two great folks running for speaker, and Jim Jordan, Steve Scalise. If either of them were to get a majority of the vote in the conference, that's who I would be supporting on the floor. It's an embarrassment of riches.
Tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot's up to $1.7 billion. James Witherspoon on the ticket line in West Hollywood.
Is it that high? Yeah, I'm going to buy a couple.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news: deadly security incident at the Chinese consulate in San Francisco. A man drove right through the front of the consulate, then began arguing with security guards before police shot him to death. This man was there trying to get a visa.
He clearly tried to get something from his car because the security guard do not take it out. That's what I hear. Security guards do not take it out.
The incident announcement occurring as the city prepares to host next month's Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, which will be attended by visiting world leaders. Another group of healthcare workers on strike in California, days after thousands of Kaiser Permanente nurses and healthcare workers walked off the job. Nearly 2,000 workers at Prime Healthcare in Southern California demanding better pay, staffing, and safer work conditions.
We have people working 20 hours shifts, 18-hour shifts. You don't get your lunch breaks.
Mayor Castaneda is an ultrasound tech. The strike scheduled to last 5 days. Writers Guild of America announcing members overwhelmingly have ratified a new labor contract with the Hollywood studios. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, children are the future. Here, tobacco companies are committed to higher education, offering scholarships to students who submit essays about the benefits of vaping. The tobacco industry even sponsors summer camps for kids. Don't worry, the tobacco-sponsored programs have been linked to leaving your kids more interested in smoking. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the world's deadliest industry is your child's friend. See reality at undo.org.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
It's page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley, at El Centro Motors and the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Well, the city of El Centro gets a grant. George Gale filed this story.
The city will receive a nearly $4.8 million for a downtown project. Project is Embelleza El Centro and will bring improvements to the town square in the heart of El Centro. Project proposes to beautify downtown by creating a food truck court within the town square. Additional improvements include murals, gateway signs, and curb inlet screen protectors. The state has awarded a total of $114.5 million in grants to cities and local agencies throughout the state. The funding is the latest round of grants, totaling $1.2 billion to remove trash, create thousands of jobs, and engage communities to revitalize public spaces. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
California Economic Summit is to be co-hosted. The 2023 installment of the California Economic Summit begins on October the 11th and continues through the 13th of October. It will take place in Indian Wells. The Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation will join California Forward and leaders from across the state to showcase the unique assets and aspects of Imperial Valley. The conference will feature sessions on business, economic development, workforce, education, housing, infrastructure, broadband, and equity, and more. There will also be a special tour of the Lithium Valley in Imperial Valley to kick off the summit. That's on October the 11th. For more information, go to cafwd.org/summit. KXO News Time coming up to 7:42.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Centro Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Continuing with more local news, the Board of Supervisors will meet today. Here's more on that story.
It is their regular weekly meeting. They'll begin the public portion of the meeting by declaring the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The board will also adopt a resolution recognizing Imperial Valley College for receiving the Aspen Institute winner for Community College Excellence. On the action agenda is funding for a classification and compensation study for the period of October 10th, 2023 through December 1st, 2025. Behavioral Health will request a resolution authorizing submittal of sponsoring institution application to the Accreditation Council for Graduate Medical Education for approval to establish an accredited psychiatry residency program and to form a graduate medical education committee to provide program oversight. Social Services will request 2 positions to be approved. Human Resources will have 2 issues on the agenda, and the supervisors will discuss an agreement for an airport architectural engineering, planning, and consulting services for the Imperial County Airport. The board will also discuss approving the Imperial County Community Benefit Grant Program Phase 3 and authorize the signing of grant agreements with individual applicants. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A celebration of agriculture is coming up. That is the theme for this year's Imperial County Farm Bureau 2023 annual dinner. The event this year will be held on Thursday, October 12th at the Swiss Club on Worthington Road in Holtville. It will start at 5:30 p.m. There will be a steak dinner, drinks, and music. The main attractions include honoring the new Farmer of the Year and Friend of the Farmer. For ticket information, contact the Imperial County Farm Bureau. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the Local News, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the Valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Humble Farmer Brewing on Imperial Avenue across from Johnny's Burritos in Imperial. They open at 4 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come on in. Try out their locally brewed beer, a great selection of wines, and full food menu. Enjoy happy hour from 4 till 6. Fill up a growler to go. Delicious, refreshing, seasonal drafts on tap. Follow Humble Farmer Brewing on Facebook and Instagram for weekly events. They're kid-friendly, so you can bring the whole family. Humble Farmer Brewing, Imperial Avenue, across from Johnny's Burritos in Imperial. Page 2 of the Local News brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
The Calipatria City Council will meet today. The council is expected to take action on approving job descriptions for city manager and public works director. The council will consider the appointment of William Cooper to the Planning Commission to fill the vacancy created by the resignation of Frank Perez. The council meets at 6 p.m. at City Hall. P3, or the Imperial Valley Pallet is coming. It'll take place on October the 26th. Tickets are available right now. You can go to ivp3.org. The Imperial Valley Food Bank is hosting the IV Pallet. They currently have 20 artists signed to showcase their art. There will be appetizers and beer and wine tasting. All proceeds go to support the food bank's mission of providing nutritious food to families in Imperial County. The event will be held at the Food Bank 486 West Ayton Road in Imperial from 6 to 9 p.m. on October 26th. Go to ivyfoodbank.org for more information.
And of course, Gene, you remember the event hosted by St. Paul Lutheran Church for years. I'm sorry, Episcopal.
Episcopal.
Yeah, I'm Catholic. What do I know?
Yeah.
The Episcopal Church hosted that event for years.
Years and years, yes. Yep. Border Conference to be held in Calexico. It will be the Mexicali-Calexico Multicultural Border Conference. Here's more in the story.
It will be the Mexicali-Calexico Multicultural Border Conference. It'll be held this evening, beginning at 5:30 p.m. The conference will be held at the Carmen Durazo Cultural Arts Center on Heffernan Avenue in Calexico. Conference offers a unique opportunity to explore the profound impact that individuals from diverse nationalities have had on the border communities between 1901 and 2013. Professor Victor Martinez Cisneros will lead a captivating tour of history. Admission is free. Light refreshments will be served. Conference will be conducted entirely in Spanish. The event is a celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, unity, and diversity. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
El Centro kicked off a special week, the National Fire Prevention Week. It began on Sunday in El Centro. An open house was held at the El Centro Fire Station number 3. During the event, they provided fire safety awareness through demonstrations and educational material. Several activities were held and fun for the kids, along with emergency service vehicles on display. Events are planned throughout the week. Calexico Fire Department is hosting a presentation at Camarena Memorial Library. The week wraps up with Saturday, October 14th, at the Brawley Fire Department, open house from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. The event will be held at the Brawley Fire Station number 2. That's 1505 Jones Street in Brawley. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
My name is Shelley Wilkinson, and I am an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially among those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says temperatures will steadily cool over the next few days, with the above normal readings retreating closer to or even just below seasonal normal as early as tomorrow. Along with this cooling trend, a drier air mass will filter into the region, bringing a prolonged period of clear skies, along with a period of breezy conditions for today and tomorrow. A warming trend is then likely to begin over the weekend, leading to above normal temperatures once again by Sunday or Monday as the dry weather continues. 102 the high in the valley yesterday, 77 the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 98. Southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon, with gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 68. West-northwest wind 15 to 25 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Those winds could gust as high as 30 miles an hour. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 91. South wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Those winds will become north later in the morning. 82 degrees downtown, 15% relative humidity, wind out of the west-southwest 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news, presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
It's time for the Fall Haul at Northern Tool and Equipment. Get your hands on tough tools at prices that are tough to ignore. Got plans? Cancel them. Trucks in the shop? Borrow someone else's. Don't like saving money? Right. So head to the Fall Haul at Northern Tool. Stock up at the season's biggest event and get huge savings on brands like Milwaukee, Honda, and Ingersoll Rand. Shop at northerntool.com. We're made for this.
Hey, did you know Vistaprint prints everything a small business needs? Like if a barbershop needs signage, we print outdoor signs, posters, and banners. Or if a ballet school needs merch.
1, 2,
We print tote bags, t-shirts, hoodies, hats. Or if a coffee shop needs a total refresh,
Vanilla latte for Mike.
Vistaprint designs logos and prints it on menus, mugs, paper bags, anything. Because with Vistaprint, the printabilities are endless. Print it all with 25% off for new customers with code NEW25 at Vistaprint.com.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball. What? Dodgers lost again? Diamondbacks dumped the Dodgers 4-2. What's going on here? Meanwhile, the Braves nipped the Phillies 5-4. That series tied at 1 game each. The Diamondbacks, they could oust the Dodgers with one more win. And baseball today, it'll be the Astros and the Twins. That series knotted at 1 game each. The Rangers lead the Orioles 2-0 in the best-of-5 series. They also will play today.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And in football, the Raiders, they put it together last night. Raiders topped the Packers 17-13 in Monday Night Football. Meanwhile, Minnesota Vikings receiver Justin Jefferson will miss at least the next 4 games because of a strained right hamstring he suffered Sunday in the Vikings' loss to the Chiefs. The Vikings plan to place Jefferson on injured reserve, and that means he's out for 4 weeks. And Dallas Cowboys linebacker Leighton Vander Esch could miss 4 to 6 weeks because of a neck strain suffered in Sunday's loss to the 49ers. Coach Mike McCarthy said Vander Esch is likely headed to injured reserve, which means he's down at least 4 weeks. And we've got Tuesday night football. It'll be varsity girls flag football, the Central Spartans, the Southwest Eagles from Cal Jones Field. And we'll be on the air at 7:15 tonight to bring you the action, as we'll be on AM 1230 and on the KXO YouTube channel. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Timeout. All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the CIF and the California State Athletic Directors Association.
Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro. Oil prices surged and the Israeli currency fell at the start of the week as investors reacted to war between Hamas and Israel. U.S. stocks, which soared Friday on a surprisingly strong American job market report, staged a comeback yesterday afternoon after falling earlier in the trading session. Stocks initially fell Monday morning as global investors feared the conflict in Israel could spill over to the wider region and that prolonged tensions in the Middle East could hurt the fragile global economic recovery. And investors feeling a little bit more positive after the initial drop. The big board is showing green. The Dow up 140 points at 33,744. The S&P 500 up 30 points at 4,365. The NASDAQ up 118 points at 13,601. Meanwhile, gold up $3.30 an ounce. Oil down 73 cents a barrel. Meanwhile, price hikes for Pepsi products boosted the company's bottom line despite a decline in sales. That, according to the company's third quarter earnings released today. The snack and beverage giant said it increased prices globally by 11% on average, helping nudge revenue higher than analysts' expectations, despite PepsiCo's volume falling 2.5%. Net sales for the third quarter rose nearly 7% to $23.45 billion. And Carolyn Ellison, the 28-year-old star witness in one of the most closely watched fraud trials in U.S. history, is expected to take the stand as soon as today to offer rare insight into the collapse of last year's multi-billion-dollar crypto empire. Her testimony, crucial to prosecutors' case against Sam Bankman-Fried, whom they accuse of orchestrating a scheme to steal billions of dollars from customer accounts in FTX, his now bankrupt crypto trading platform.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Hile in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 98, southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest 15 to 20 miles an hour this afternoon. Look for gusts as high as 25 miles an hour. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 68. West-northwest wind 15 to 25 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Those wind gusts could reach 30 miles an hour. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 91. South wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, becoming north with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. 82 degrees, 15% relative humidity. Wind out of the west-southwest 10 to 15, gusting up to 20 miles an hour at times. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, a locally owned company protecting you and your property.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Peter King. The Israeli military has released video it says shows soldiers trying to rescue trapped civilians and wounded soldiers under heavy gunfire during the fourth day of its war with Hamas. Officials say Israel now controls the border near Gaza in a day which has also seen its military bombard downtown Gaza City. Correspondent Imtiaz Tayeb says even those people far away are in danger.
There's been a barrage of rockets that were intercepted about here in Tel Aviv, which you can imagine is pretty far from Gaza. And it really just underscores the fact that that really tense situation at the south of the border is still affecting many other parts of Israel as well. Dozens of Israeli battalions have been mobilizing along the Gaza perimeter fence. We also know that around 300,000 Israelis have volunteered to be reservists. These are staggering numbers.
At least 1,800 people are reported killed on both sides. Hamas claims to have taken at least 150 people hostage. Some Americans may be among them. This man's daughter is missing.
We are asking on behalf of my family for President Biden and Secretary of State to do what they can to make this end for us as soon as possible.
National Security Council spokesman John Kirby tells CBS News the U.S. has offered help to Israel on freeing those hostages. With no speaker, the U.S. House is paralyzed. Can't offer any help to Israel yet. Ohio Republican Jim Jordan wants the job, and he tells Fox News getting a new speaker in place is essential.
We need to give Israel the time, the space, the resources so that they can win and win decisively.
There could be a vote as soon as tomorrow. An American journalist being held in Russia since March won't be free for more than a month. CBS's Vicki Barker is at the foreign desk.
Evan Gershkovich stood inside a glass booth in the Moscow courtroom, swaying slightly from side to side as he heard the judge reject the appeal of his detention on spy charges and order him held until November 30th. The 31-year-old, the Wall Street Journal, and the U.S. government have all strongly denied the allegations, and Russia has not provided public evidence to support its accusation. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
In a story right out of the movie Footloose, a Los Angeles high school principal removed 17-year-old Kaylee Timonette from student government presidency and said he'd stop recommending her for scholarships after he saw video of her dancing off campus. Kaylee fought back.
I'm not backing down. I'm going to stand my ground no matter how hard it is.
The principal has apologized and requested a leave of absence. The Dow is up 150. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer Sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair's gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
And now a not-so-sweet story about sugar and Halloween.
The International Sugar Organization says 6 of the top 10 sugar-producing countries have dealt with extreme weather, blamed for a 42% increase in prices per pound. Among them, Thailand, which has been dealing with extreme drought, and the U.S., India, and Europe, which have all suffered extreme flooding. But it hasn't stopped American consumers from going all out for the 31st. The National Retail Federation expects a record $12.2 billion in spending on Halloween candy, or about $108 per person. That's up from an even $100 last year. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
After last night's win over Los Angeles, one more Arizona Diamondback playoff win sends the Dodgers home for the winter after they racked up 100 regular season wins. Texas can wrap up their American League Series with Baltimore tonight. Peter King, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
AM 1230 KXO.